welcome to another amazing video on this sports channel. And so today we're going to be talking about the best MLB player from each country. This video is going to be amazing, but first we've always got to start off with the fun fact of the day. Like I said in my other video, make sure you go watch it, that the MLB is going to be starting back up and they're going to go to what they're calling it summer camp on July 1st. July 1st was about 2 days ago, and so they reported, and like I said, MLB opening day is on what day? July 23rd, and so MLB is 20 days away because it is July 3rd right now when I'm posting this video, and so MLB is 20 days away. I'm so excited. And so let's just get straight into the video. To start off with the country of Aruba, we have Xander Bogaerts. There's not much to say. I mean, he's just a top 10 shortstop in the MLB. Can rake, can field, and he's just a great player. 201 hits last year. Like, he's an amazing player. And so then for Australia, we have Liam Hendriks. Last year was really first good year in the MLB, and he went off. His stuff is nasty, got a nasty changeup, good fastball, and he's just a great player from Australia. And who would think that a kid from Australia would make it to the MLB and be an all-star? Then we have Brazil. Brazil is known for soccer. Brazil is known for soccer, but they have a pretty good player in their hands in Jan Gomes. So Bo Bichette, he's a little bit Brazilian, but for the rules for this video, you have to be born in that country, and so he's not eligible for Brazil as he was born in America. His mom is Brazilian, and so he's not going to qualify for this video. And so Brazil with Jan Gomes, he was mostly known as a defensive catcher, but he's starting to hit last year and the year before, and so I'm excited to see how he turns out, and Brazil has a pretty good baseball player on their hands. And then for Canada, we have Joey Votto. You might want to say Freddie Freeman. He's Canadian. He's not actually, his parents are Canadian. He's not born in Canada. But so we have Joey Votto. There's a lot of young guys in the MLB from Canada, but I just feel like Joey Votto is just the best player. 2018, 2019 were terrible years for him, but I feel like he's still just the best one. But watch out, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he's born in Canada because of Vlad Guerrero, and so watch out. And then for Colombia, you won't know this as a baseball hotbed. They did kind of do good in 2017 World Baseball Classic, but they really have two players that could qualify for this position, for this spot: Jose Quintana or Julio Teheran. If you're looking at last year, which I kind of am, you're going to say Julio Teheran. But if you're looking kind of at whole career, it's probably Jose Quintana, but I'm still going to put Julio Teheran because I feel like he had a noticeably better 2019 than Jose Quintana, so I had to put Julio Teheran. And so now we have Cuba, who's a hotbed for baseball. And so you have Yasmani Grandal, Yoenis Cespedes. I know Yoenis Cespedes wouldn't be on this list. He's not that good anymore, but still, they've just gotten all these players to get here. Aroldis Chapman, all these guys. But I feel like the best player from Cuba is Jose Abreu. He's just an amazing player for the White Sox, and he's a very underrated player. He had a 284 average last year with 33 home runs. I mean, that's a pretty good stat line, if I have to be honest. And I feel like he would be talked about more if he wasn't on the struggling White Sox team. If he was on a better team, but I mean, he's still a great player for the White Sox and a great player for Cuba. And so now for Curacao, they're a little tiny island in the Kingdom of the Netherlands, but for this, and they're kind of a hotbed for baseball. It's Kenley Jansen. just really good players. Andrew Jones, who's from Curacao, one of the best players from the Kingdom of the Netherlands. And so I've got Andrelton Simmons. This dude can't hit, but he sure can field his position. He's one of the best fielding shortstops we've ever seen in this league. I mean, he's just amazing. I mean, he only had 7 home runs last year. Like, kind of got to hit better, but he's still just a really good player, and he might be in the Hall of Fame because he's that good in the field. I don't think he will be in the Hall of Fame, but he's pretty close if he keeps it on this pace of his defensive career. And then for the Dominican Republic, I have the young star with the Soto Shuffle, Juan Soto. Y'all might disagree with this one, but I just feel like he's the best player from Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic is just a hotbed of players. Albert Pujols, Nelson Cruz, all these guys, Adrian Beltre, he's retired, but, still, just all these guys. But I just feel like Juan Soto is the best player right now, and he's a young stud, and I feel like he could be really good in the league and maybe become a Hall of Famer if he kind of hits more home runs each year, gets a higher OPS, gets a higher average, and I feel like he might be a Hall of Famer. And then for Germany, you might be like, what? But Max Kepler is from Germany, and you might know him because, I mean, who would say a kid from Germany would become a really good player that would hit 36 home runs and 50 extra base hits in 2 straight seasons? Not the 36 home runs, he only hit that last year, but 50 extra base hits the last 2 years. And he's just a kid from Germany, and he's just a great player, and just, I mean, I feel like he could kind of get better. I mean, when you're thinking about that, 36 home runs, I know home runs aren't the biggest stat, and they're never going to be the bigger stat. It's going to be, OPS and average, but he had more home runs than Juan Soto last year, who had 34 home runs, and he had 36. Like, just give Max Kepler a clap. And so next we have Guam. He is born in Guam, but we have Sean Reed Foley. He's only made 8 appearances in the MLB. He's really not the best player, if I gotta be real. His stuff is okay. I mean, he's just not the best. So now we're going to go to another baseball hotbed who just loves baseball. They've given us Ichiro Suzuki, just all these guys. Japan. And so for Japan, we have Shohei Ohtani. I feel like he might win MVP this year, because I feel like if he's pitches, because he's going to be pitching and hitting. And so if he pitches plus and he hits plus, I feel like he will become an MVP this year, because it's only 60 games. He's going to be hitting 4 days out of the week and pitching 1 day out of the week. And so it's going to be fun to watch him pitching and hitting for the Angels. And the Angels team is going to be nasty this year. And so, yeah. And then for Lithuania, we have Dovydas Neveralskis. You see that pronunciation? But Dovydas Neveralskis, he's not the best player. He's the only player from Lithuania. But I've still got to put him on the list. His stuff is okay. So, yeah. And then for Mexico, we have a really good pitcher, terrible person off the field. Do not like him as a player. Do not like him as he's a great player, but I just don't like him. We have Roberto Osuna. He's a bad person off the field from Mexico. This is going to be Mexico. He's a really good reliever, but I just do not like him because of the person he is off the field. But he has nasty stuff, if I'm real. And he can just pitch and reliever for the Astros. He's nasty, so I just got to give that to him. And then for the Netherlands, we have Didi Gregorius. He is the only player from the Netherlands, but he is the best player from the he still would probably be on the list if you have a pretty good player from the Netherlands, but he's just a great player and he really deserves a spot. And so yeah. And then for Nicaragua, we have Jonathan Loaiziga. His numbers are not that good, but he actually has some pretty good stuff. And so, I mean, he's a pretty good player. Numbers don't show it, but his stuff is pretty good. And then for Northern Ireland, I had to put him on this list, even though he's really not really in the MLB. But PJ Conlon, who comes from Northern Ireland in the MLB, he's really not that good, but I still got to put him on the list because he is the only player from Northern Ireland. And so yeah. And then for Panama, I have Johan Camargo. He's an okay player. He's a pretty good player. He just needs to get that average up, maybe get a couple more games. And great third baseman for them. Can play outfield, but with the Braves packed outfield, he's not going to be playing that. But yeah, I mean, still a great player for the Braves. And then for the Puerto Rico team, for Puerto Rico, we have Francisco Lindor. So they have a lot of great players in the MLB today, including Carlos Correa, just Javi Baez, just all these great guys. But I feel like just Francisco Lindor just shows that he's a great player and one of my favorite players in the MLB today. Just smooth. He would have a Gold Glove if Andrelton Simmons wasn't in the American League. And Francisco Lindor is just a great player and probably going to be a great player for the years to go on. And then for Saudi Arabia, we have Alex Wilson. You wouldn't think a guy from Saudi Arabia would be the best. Not the best. Would be a pretty good pitcher, but he's actually a pretty good pitcher. In the MLB, he's got some good stuff. And so yeah, not much to say about him. But for South Africa, we have Gift Angleplay. First player from the continent of Africa to play, and I feel like he really deserves a spot, even though his play isn't the best. But I just feel like he still deserves the spot. And so, yeah. And then for South Korea, we have Hyun-Jin Ryu. Last year was just amazing last year. Just absolutely amazing. Could have won Cy Young, but Jacob deGrom. He's Jacob deGrom. And so, yeah, he's just a nasty pitcher. He's got a curveball, got a fastball, got the changeup. And so, yeah, he's just a great player. And then going to Taiwan, we have Wei Yin Chen. His best days are behind him when he's in Baltimore, but they moved him to the bullpen last year. His numbers were not good last year, but he's still just the best player from Taiwan. And so yeah. And then for Venezuela, I feel like they've given us, Miggy, they've given us Jose Altuve, but I feel like they've both been unthroned by Ronald Acuna Jr. He's just amazing. 41 home runs last year. And he went for 30-30. And I feel like if they have another full season, he's gonna probably be 40-40 in his career. And maybe even 2020 this year, which will be amazing. And I kind of want to see 25-25 season. But yeah. And then to end off the video with the USA, happy early 4th of July, but we have Mike Trout. Just, what can you say? Just, what can you say? Just the best player in the MLB right now. I'm going to do a couple more videos, with this kind of, ground, So, he's probably going to be in a lot of these videos because he's one of the best players to ever play the game of baseball. He's that good. Just an amazing player. What else can you say about him? And so now for the shout-out, we have the shout-out goes to all the people who are to all the people who are fighting and protecting our country. We are thankful, and just because of 4th of July, we are thankful, and y'all are the best. And make sure y'all like this video, subscribe, do all of it, send it to your friends, and so see ya, bye.